y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones.
All right, hit that like button. Let's go. Hit that like button when you come on in. Let everyone know that we're going live. We going live, fam. We're going live, bitches. Hit the like button.
Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
Swolenormous.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1577 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches? What's going on, fam? Welcome to episode 1577. And a lot of new content, a lot of stuff dropping. So a lot of you are already aware of this. We do have our accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. So we're going to get right into the tip today. Drop a comment down below. What did you smash today? It is fucking cold in here right now. My nips are cold. Nippies. So I got my robe on, feeling nice and comfortable. How many of you are enjoying the Procast? You finally got to that Procast. We just posted some more, I just posted some more highlights, and there's some more stuff that I'm going to be announcing tomorrow that you're probably going to find out tonight. So make sure you go over and check out the Swolenormous Procast. We got Papa Swolio channel blowing up. Got a lot more videos dropping tonight. Very exciting times. Make sure that you go check out those channels. And of course, down below, welcome to Ask Papa Swolio Live. So if you got questions, you could drop those in the comments right now. We're going to get into some tip. And if you got questions, drop them down, because this is you. This is your time. What do you want to talk about? Drop it in the comments down below. Let's get into some tip, beaches. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Always super zoomed in. So make sure you drop your question in the comments below with the hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Hashtag APS will do it just fine. But before we get into this, we'll release Tess from the nut, but you got to drop her. You got to release her from the nut. The nut cam. You got to release Tessie from the nut. We got this tomorrow. So this will be posted in the private group. Reminder, Swole fam, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time in the private group. Make sure that you are ready for that tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. You can start dropping your comments down below, your questions down below. Let us release Tessie from the nut. Do I see some nuts and some unicorns? I do. I do. Very nice. Very nice. I accept it. Very nice. Justin, there you go. Kashina, looking good. Cerny, I like it. Jen, everyone dropping. Release the test. Release. Release the test. Release the tessie. Release her. Release her. Release. Release the test. All right. We are in for the busting of the nut. Cover your nips. All right. Very nice. Well done, Tessie. Well done. You're looking glorious. Very nice. Very nice. So hashtag Sunday Swole if you want a chance to win today's Swole card. And of course, if you want your question answered, let me just move that camera. Make sure that you drop hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, hashtag APS, all of that works. We got our Ask Papa Swolio live is full and in session. So let's get into it. We'll see if we got any questions. I'll go over some new releases as we take some questions. So if you got stuff you want to talk about, you got things that's on your mind, drop that in the comments down below and we'll get into it. We will get into it. I saw one or two questions before we get into some of the releases and some of the new stuff. I saw one from Steve. Make sure you use that hashtag APS, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio, so I can see it, so I notice it. I just happened to see this because it's early, but make sure that you drop that so it stands out. Steve asks, if you put up more weight than you did when you started, are you gaining muscle or is it just muscle memory? There's really muscle memory. There's not really a definition for that. I mean, could be neuromuscular efficiency or it could be muscle. It could be both. But when you first start training, most of your strength comes from coordination, which is neuromuscular coordination. Over time, you build muscle. So if you just started working out, it's because of coordination. What's up, Eric? I ditched the gym and I'm going mostly bands. What is better, time-based or rep-based sets for bands? I mean, what's the difference? I mean, what are you trying to... It's always reps. It's always reps. Bands have weight. It's just a different way. It's progressive. It's a progressive, like the more you stretch the band, the heavier the resistance gets. So I don't do time-based. It's still rep-based. I mean, if it's time-based, you're just sitting there repping or you're doing isometrics. I never do time-based really for bands. We do in the Swollen 7, but it's still rep-based. In other words, if you have, let's say, if you have more reps to do, it's going to take you more time depending on the speed. So there's always different ways to train a body and to train muscle, but progressive overload, you could build a lot of muscle with bands, you can build a lot of muscle with weights, but there's a difference, and there's a big difference, and there's a reason why when people want to put on muscle, if you're trying to build a lot of muscle, why most people use dumbbells and barbells and free weights because of how they stimulate and the variety and the control. It's just very, very natural. There aren't a lot of things in nature that you're going to pull and are going to stretch. So you're lifting things, you're moving things, you're picking up from the ground. You don't get the same type of force resistance or the same type of stress from a band as dumbbells or free weights, which is great. That's why barbells can be great. That's why dumbbells can be great. When people start training, they just jump into too much variety from the start. But bottom line, start with free weights, do free weights. Bands are great, especially if you're at home or you have limited space. So it's great as a complement, but your training should always focus mostly around free weights, from my experience, in my opinion. Of course, depends on your goals, and it depends on your limitations, what you have access to. And now the access is different than it ever has been before because of the lockdown situation, and it throws a different monkey wrench. It's not as simple as, oh, I choose to work out at home because I like to, or I choose to go to the gym because I like getting out of the house. Sometimes you don't have a choice to get out of the house now. So a reminder, tomorrow, my mouth is dry. Tomorrow, fam, we have our accountability meeting, 12 noon Eastern time, my tongue. Nah. Let's get some. Yow. I feel good. There we go. Better. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time for our accountability meeting, new releases, and we'll talk about some awesome shit tomorrow. So even more announcements tomorrow. We also have a brand new Nuts on Chin. I quit. Abstinence or moderation, or do you take little bites here and there? If you didn't check out this, is on the Swolenormous channel. The post was, we talked about it here on the Daily Swole, but also covered it there. It's from the Swole fam. And it was about, what do you think, abstinence or having a little piece of chocolate once a day or once a week? Do you like nitpick or, pick at things, or do you completely abstain from it? I don't look at my nutrition that way. I'm like, oh, I'm resisting myself. I don't find myself I'm not restricting myself from eating pizza. I'm not restricting myself from eating fast food. I choose not to. I can get in my car and go get it. I could use my thumb on my cell phone and go order fast food. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing is keeping me from having fast food. Nothing's keeping me from eating that except the fact that it's not food for me. It's not my fuel. It's not something that's going to make me feel good. It's not going to be something that actually helps me. So I don't eat it. Josh, I look at food as an investment. If you have $100 or 100 years, you withdraw based on what you eat and do both physically and mentally. The more crap you eat, the less you're physically and mentally active. The faster you withdraw that money, or years in this case. Cool, man. It's a cool way to think about it. No doubt. Thank you for the comment. Make sure you drop your question down below. I'll scroll through and take some. So we'll let those build up. So make sure you ask. And if I miss it, you could always ask again. Sometimes I don't see it, but I will be scrolling and taking some questions. So drop your questions in the comments. Bad Goth Knob Biscuit. I don't know. God, the names. Abstinence for me when it comes to junk food, it's easier to just stay away from it. Mrs. U, I detest pumpkin spice anything. Give me a black coffee any day. Ooh, after my own heart. I detest it. Good. Fuck that shit. You don't need it. I like bulletproof coffee, or I like black coffee. I have a little leftover black coffee here. I have a little bit more. Let's take a couple questions. How you liking the Procast so far? So we got a couple. I just posted a couple highlights. So there's the first session is up. Session 1 is up. Also, you have 2 highlights from session 1. So you're gonna get more highlights. We're gonna get the next one up probably. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll announce it tomorrow. If you smash that like button, if you show up to the accountability meeting, maybe I'll release it tomorrow. So we got a couple in the hole. We'll keep on filming, recording, and getting highlights, but there's also more content coming. Announcement tomorrow, or if you're already subscribed, you might find out tonight. So if you enjoy the Procast, let me know what you think down below, and let's and stay tuned, because a lot of good shit coming. A lot of good stuff coming. Lots of good stuff. Let's see here. Papa Swolio, Booger Bubble, what are your thoughts on inversion tables? Helpful or mostly hype? Well, I'm gonna pass on that one because I've never used one. So aside from me, I read about this and it says that it's good, or I didn't read about it, I've never used one, so I'm not going to speak on it. What I will say that I do, I said that I do all the time, I use my yoga wheel and I do tons of back bends, and I do tons of mobility work for lengthening, but I also do a lot of dead hangs. And if you don't know what a dead hang is, you just hang from a pull-up bar. Now I have one attached to the rafters on out here. So a lot of pull-up bars, if you use them in your doorway, you have to bend your knees. So it's not really truly lengthening you completely, because you're not just dead hanging. But I do that from underhand. I do it with a cross hand position. I do it close, and I just hang. Literally, I just hang, and you just let your body extend, you let gravity pull you down. We're not meant to hang upside down. We evolved from gorillas and monkeys hanging from our arms, so we're not designed to hang upside down per se. Doesn't mean that it's bad, but it could. I've heard good things and bad things. I don't do inversions like that. Doesn't mean that you can't hang upside down, bending your knees over a bar. Doesn't mean that it's not healthy. Doesn't mean you can't be in an upside down position. But I'm sure a lot of people love it. A lot of people love it. So why don't all of you, any of you that have had experience with that, drop in the comments. I just haven't used it personally, but I do love dead hangs. So I'm interested to see how many people watching now, how many of you use inversion tables. I don't know if it's hype. I just think I don't think it's mostly hype. I just think it's very specific depending on the application. There's a lot of exercise and things and pieces of equipment that for most people no, but if you have a specific situation, that could be exactly or the only thing that will work or the best thing that will possibly work. So Super Jen, I love the Procast. I can't wait for more. I'm very curious about building your presence on social media and social media marketing. Excellent. Good. Lots more for you. Lots more coming. Absolutely. Ren, Papa Swolio, how does one react when someone thinks that because you work out regularly and enjoy it, that you need to, quote, get a life? My mother said that to me the other day and I was speechless. Aha. So because you work out a lot and you take care of your health, you need to get a life because that person doesn't understand why you're doing that. They can't relate. So if you're working out, taking care of yourself, and that person doesn't understand that, you need to get a life. You need to get a hobby. No, you're passionate and you like to do it. How do you react? That's up to you. Fuck it. Forget it. Tell your mom say, I do have a life and I love doing it. You could tell her that. She should be happy. You're going to do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just ignore it. I was speechless. A lot of people say that. You need to get out more. You need to do that. I have people tell me stuff like that, or they used to tell me. I just start to distance myself. I don't want that in my life. I don't want people wondering, hey, how come you're making so much content, or how come you're filming so many videos, or how come? Like, I got no room for that. I have no time for that. I'm busy doing my shit. I'm busy building. I'm busy creating things. So that's my shit. If you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it. It doesn't matter what people say. You just ignore it. Seriously, it doesn't even matter. It does not even matter. All right, we'll take a couple questions. Keep dropping questions. I'm going to scroll through and I'm looking primarily for questions. So make sure you drop them. We got some brand new, a little bit, some dark shit, but this is on the Papa Swolio channel. You don't hear this in the news because it doesn't fit the narrative. This was a double murder. This gentleman, if you want to call him that, this piece of shit on the left, the black guy. Yeah, that's right. He's black. That's right. There's other crime out there, except for once in a while when people run with a story that's not completely fleshed out. This guy rear-ended this girl. You can go check it out on the Papa Swolio channel. I'll leave it like that. I'll let you go watch it. All right. I don't want to get into the story right now. Go watch that video. It's definitely something that you should check it out. And there's another video, hero or hate crime. Again, this is on the Papa Swolio channel, just giving you the deets, but I don't want to go down those rabbit holes. But that's on the Papa Swolio channel, located in the related channels down below. Satare, hello. So much conflicting info has been spread online. It's insane. What's scary is that a ton of people just get their info online on Insta and run with it. Absolutely. We got some more extra thirsty right here on the channel. We got Nico Cotto having such a hard time breaking up with Orlin. Bullshit. They've been breaking up for 2 years. Troll. But go check out the video. It's funny how ridiculous it is. Everything Nick and Orlin do is an act. They're playing a soap opera for their audience. Absolutely. And they're doing it really well, too. Hey, I'm telling you, they're doing it really well. Give credit when credit's due. Anyone see the latest trash? He claimed he was pregnant, hasn't mentioned in a few days, so I don't know if he forgot. He identified as pregnant with the fucking pizza. And we have Eric the Electric that is intent on trying to kill himself on camera and spread binge eating disorder to his audience. Exercise bulimia at its finest and worst. So he did this thing where he ate the top 10 highest calorie things from fast food restaurants. Disgusting. I don't know why he thinks this is like valuable content to share. So gross. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy that nasty shit. We got some Sunday Swole. Hashtag Sunday Swole. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Hashtag you love, I don't know, hashtag Procast. Just drop some hashtags down below. But if you want your question featured, your question answered, make sure that you drop it down below with the hashtag APS. Matthew, you might get my email, but are your channels marked as made for kids? No, of course not. The only notifications I get from Procast and Daily Clips, your 3 others say it's marked as made for kids and locked. My 3 other what? No, they're not made for kids at all. Absolutely not. No, that's ridiculous. Maybe it's a mistake or a glitch. So certainly not. Certainly not. Fucking absolutely not. Did I get hacked? Did I get hacked and someone... That's a great hack, right? Someone hacks your account. I change it to made for kids. That'd be weird. I don't think they would allow that. Justin, is MCT oil something you can buy in the store, or is it mostly ordered online? Sure, if your store carries it. Sure, you can order. I mean, I don't really order anything else besides stuff online. You can get anything online. Why would I go to a store when I can get literally what I want delivered in a day? So yeah, you can buy them in stores sometimes if they have it, but of course the store has to carry it. Reynold, I hurt my lower back lifting weights last Sunday. Putting pressure on my back was very painful. The pain is starting to go away, but my back's still pretty stiff. Any lower back exercise you know of? You don't do exercises for your lower back. You injured it because of you tweaked something. You go to a doctor. I mean, I'm not going to diagnose you right now. You don't want, it's not an exercise you need to do. If you hurt your back, you pulled a muscle or you did something wrong. So lower back exercises, it's not going to help the reason why you hurt your lower back. It's not because you didn't work your lower back. It's because your glutes are weak. You moved improperly. You're not trained in the transverse plane. So usually it's strengthening your intrinsic core muscles and doing glute activation. You can do, deadlifts and things strengthen the muscles that do cross your lower back, but it's mostly thick, dense connective tissue. That's why you don't have a lot of mass in the lower back area. It's really just your insertions of your lats into the thoracolumbar fascia and all the other muscles that kind of insert onto that dense connective tissue. That's why your spine is so exposed superficially when you reach back there, if you feel that. But of course, your spinal erectors, your longissimus, those muscles can get thick and dense, but it's usually, a back injury is usually more indicative of having other accompanying or surrounding muscles that are weak and improper movement patterns. What's up, Mick? Hey, Papa, last night at the gym, I had a douche canoe. Ooh, nothing like a good douche canoe. Ask me why was working out. I'm not out to be the biggest guy in the gym. I'm there for my fitness and health and mental well-being. I politely told him to fuck off. I know not a question, but no on to share my experience. You had a douche canoe ask me why you were working out? What does that mean? Why was he saying, like, why are you working out? You're fucking tiny. Or was he saying, were you working out doing something that might have looked like you were doing it for a sport? I politely told him to fuck off. Where do you all go to the gym? Where do you all go to the gym? I always see I get these stories where it's this person came up to me and told me I was fat and I shouldn't be here. It's like, are you not that you're making up the story, but where the fuck do these incidents actually happen? Can't imagine this happening in real life sometimes. What are you doing here, pussy? What is it, like some 80s bullying commercial? I'm not a chicken. You're a turkey. Kashina, I need some help. I went hiking the past 2 days and my feet are beat up. What do you recommend I do? Don't go hiking for as long, or go hiking more often and build up. Your feet are beat up. What does that mean? Did someone like assault? Did someone punch your feet? They're tired. They hurt. You could soak them in Epsom salt. You can rest them. You can give yourself a nice little mani-pedi and put some cream on it. Yeah, you might want to do like an Epsom salt bath or a soak or something. I don't know. Your feet are beat up because you didn't go hiking for a while, apparently, and then all of a sudden went hiking a lot the past 2 days. That's why. That's why. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Swolenormous X needs an app. No, that's actually actively something that I'm not looking to do. Apps are very, very sluggish and dependent on many factors that make it vulnerable. So we've talked about that many times. No plans. We stay dynamic with completely mobile optimization. So you have an app. If you have a web browser or a TV or a computer, anything, you can use it. Problem with a lot of apps is you don't have a comparable web app, and it's very hard to update. And then you're dependent on the App Store and Google Play and all their regulations, and fuck that. I have other ideas for something along those lines, so stay tuned. Always looking to improve. Heather, APS, can too much chlorine be an endocrine disruptor? Maybe. I have a knee injury and my PT is recommending swimming every day. Fuck chlorine. If I ever have a pool, I'm going to do salt water, but I hate the feeling of chlorine. I can't see how I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. You're just bathing in chemicals. I don't know if it's technically an endocrine disruptor, but I wouldn't be surprised. Why wouldn't it be? But you never know. You never know. CG, I've been sick for a few days. I'm worried about missing workouts for too long. I haven't been able to work out for 5 days now. How long is too long to go without working out? Well, I mean, what do you mean? You've been sick for a few days? A few days?
That's
Come
fucking
on.
bullshit.
A few days? That's fucking bullshit. A few days. That's fine. I mean, you're missing workouts. You've been sick. You've been sick, so you need to get better. Drink your bone broth, have some tea, get some great sleep, hydrate, maybe meditate more, do some yoga. Make sure you're getting recovery. Make sure you're sleeping. Make sure you're getting your recovery in. Sleep, sleep, sleep. If you're sick, you need your sleep. That's when your body's healing. Don't go trying to work through it. You're not going to sweat out your sickness. You're not going to sweat it out. So 5 days, it's fine. I take 2 or 3 days off from training frequently. Resistance training, that is. I'm always doing mobility. I'm always doing yoga. I'm always doing stuff like that. I mean, it's not like you're taking 5 days off every month and you're always taking 5 days off, right? It's not like you're never working out. You're sick. There's a reason for it. So it's not something that's consistent. If you're always taking off a lot of time, then you're not going to get the overload that your body will require to maintain or build the muscle mass you want. And then that can affect your training in terms of seeing a decline in performance because you're not creating the overload. You're not pushing your body hard enough. But if you're just sick, it's just, okay, get better. You don't want to make it worse, and you get better, then you start training again. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's in your head. It's in your head. You get frustrated because you're on a roll, and I get it. I get it. I used to freak out when I first started training. I used to freak out when I didn't feel that tightness and that pump for a day. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get small if I miss a workout. Now I love taking a day off because I know it's when I'm recovering. I know it's when I'm growing. I know it's when I'm developing. Mike Bush, Papa Swolio, thanks to your advice, in 2 years, I went from 286 to 184 pounds. Holy shit. That's 102 pounds, bro. Especially your advice to be consistent with your workouts. Well, if you're consistent, you're going to get it done. Good for you, Mike. Good for you. Good for you. Thanks for commenting. Good for you. Eloise, Papa Swolio, the channel is great. Love that you're doing some political content. Thank you. Thank you. It's important for me to voice perhaps some competing thoughts, or to at least let people know some other things that are going on that maybe perspectives they haven't seen before. It's not a liberal channel. It's not a conservative channel. It's my channel, and it's my thoughts on certain trending topics. And I'm not necessarily, I'm not a political expert, right? So I'm not jumping to any conclusions. I'm reading and I'm absorbing a lot of different sources, and I consume a lot of content, just not YouTube content. Everyone's like, oh, have you seen this person's videos? Yeah. No. Now, the content I watch is not based on fitness, is not based on nutrition. I don't consume a lot of content like that at this point in that manner. I'm not researching, the stuff that comes out, that will come out. We focus on the fundamentals. We're focusing on a lot the stuff that is tried and true, that gets people results. A lot of the stuff in the science always develops, but it's important to hammer the fundamentals. So anyway, if you're not yet subscribed to the Papa Swolio channel, do go check it out. I think you'll like it. Big story that I just dropped that just dropped earlier today, and we'll have some more probably coming tonight. Probably get another one dropping, and then more tomorrow. Of course, Miracle Motivates. Ooh, good name. Papa Swolio, will you do a healthy mukbang? Probably not. Like what? Just eating on camera? No plans on it. No plans. It'll just be me eating a steak. No plans. But never say never. Never say never. Papa Swolio, what do you think about ice baths? I love them. I can't wait. I can't wait till I have space to get a sauna, and right outside just a big old tub with a big industrial ice machine. Sauna and ice baths. I'll just go back and forth. I can't wait. I just don't do a lot now just because I'm not going to go and just get all these bags of ice, bring them back. I'm not inspired enough to do that, but I love the sauna. I do have access to a sauna regularly. How do I find your merchandise? Swolenormousapparel.com, KJ. Matthew, YouTube has you locked out? Me locked out? For what? And I don't get notifications from Swolenormous, Papa Swolio, and Daily Swole channels. Won't let me turn your notifications on. I don't understand. Does anyone else have that problem? All the channels are set for not made for kids. All of them. So I know people don't get notifications. Oh, I get no distribution on my Swolenormous channel. That shit gets no reach. It gets no reach. I still drop the nuts on chin, but I'm not. Why do you think I'm making more channels? Why do you think I'm doing other content? Because that channel is it's like hitting my head against a wall. It just doesn't. No one sees my shit. They shadow ban the fuck out of me on that channel. So we got other avenues. I'm not waiting around. I'm not waiting around for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean. Nah, I'm saying, Beesh. Nah, I'm saying. Nah, I mean. Let's see here. Yoga Pants U. Do you have a favorite brand of home gyms? A favorite brand? You mean home gym equipment? Not really. I have Rogue stuff. I mean, like in terms of what? In terms of what? I got a lot of kettlebells. Most of these kettlebells over here, I pretty much bought all my kettlebells from Rogue just because Rogue was, during the quarantine, Rogue was the only one that was restocking regularly or efficiently. They were the best ones. They were restocking pretty quickly, considering I have like one or two kettlebell kings, but they are so slow to get shit out. They are so slow. Takes forever, but their quality is great. So it depends on what you're looking for, but I have a lot of different pieces of equipment. Depends on your space, depends on how much you're looking to spend, and X, Y, and Z. Let's see here. Scrolling. All right. A negre. APS, what would a diet for a small person with a high metabolism look like? I come in at under 5 feet tall, but I'm also a recovered anorexia patient. Would the bare minimum of 1,200 calories a day be too small? That'd be the minimum. Would the bare minimum of 1,200 calories be too small? It's the bare minimum. You just said, would the bare minimum be too small? It's the bare minimum. It's the bare minimum. You're under 5 foot. I mean, do you exercise? Are you active? That's really low. It might be enough for you, but it's all about getting your nutrients in. If you're getting 1,200 calories, but you're eating nutrient void food, then it's not going to be enough calories. That's why a lot of people overeat, because their body is not getting the nutrients. So if you're eating calorically void calories, calorically void, nutrient void calories, soda, shit like that, you might be getting in 2,000 calories, but you're getting in next to no nutrients. So your body is still starving essentially. So it depends. You don't want to be, if you're a recovering anorexia patient, you got to talk to your doctor, your therapist, or someone that makes sure that you're not doing anything that might take you down that road again. But 1,200, man, that's not a lot of food. But at the same time, you're small. If you're not exercising, or you are exercising, I don't want to say do an elimination diet and be cutting things out, but at the same time, you would benefit from looking into the elimination process and the content that I've done on that breaks down, observing foods and removing things from your food profile. That way you can focus on which foods make you feel the best. But of course, if you have a speedy metabolism, you're small, whatever, you need to eat more. So how do you feel? Are you gaining weight? Are you losing weight? And again, this all goes under the lens of you don't want to do anything that's going to trigger that kind of relapse into your eating disorder. Citrine. Papa, I'm trying to work out 4 days a week, but I get sore after 3. Should I work through the soreness or wait? What kind of workouts are you doing? You're trying to work out 4 days a week, but I get sore after 3. Like, what do you mean you get sore after 3? I get sore after 1. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if I train today, I'm going to be sore tomorrow. Like, my legs are sore from training 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Not yesterday, the day before. So I'm sore. I'm sore after 1 workout. I'm sore from pretty much all my workouts. I get sore. So working through the soreness, it depends. Are you doing total body workouts? Yoga pants. I don't like going to the gym. I would like to enhance my own home space. Dumbbells, treadmill, anything else you would highly recommend? I'm not a treadmill fan. I mean, unless you don't have access to anywhere that you can walk safely or climate wise. Dumbbells, bands, an exercise ball could be beneficial. Yoga mat for sure. Yoga blocks. What else do we got over here? And all sorts of things. I mean, bands are great because you can attach them in a door. Bands are great because you get a lot of angles that you won't get with dumbbells. Papa, that hair would not be happy with chlorine. Oh, my dear, no. No. I used to, you go swimming one time, even with a swim cap, it's just all, you stink like chlorine after a while. I used to do that every day. I used to go swimming before I went to work, and I was doing it every day. I got into this phase where I was just swimming. And then I would shower, my skin was just dry. I felt like I was always stinking of chlorine. It was awful. It was awful. Nah. Dum, 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 just totally ignore the camera. Just a healthy mukbang, just eating steak for like 30 minutes. Yeah, just eating steak. Just 5 minutes of Papa eating a single piece of bacon. Should I do it with like a little... Yeah, I should do the opposite of a mukbang. Just have a piece of bacon and be cutting it very daintily with a monocle, knife and fork. Just completely troll mukbangs and just keep saying Papa Swolio's like a minimalist mukbang. Or like sorry for all the people with eating disorders, but like an anorexic mukbang or something.
Matt Damon.
Oh God, that would get. For some reason, I feel like Nico Cotto is fine. He'll be okay. I feel like that would get banned. I feel like for some reason that would be the thing that gets banned. That would be it. I don't know. Kashina, what camera would you recommend for someone just starting their channel? How much money are you looking to spend? How much money are you looking to spend? What's your experience? I mean, it doesn't sound like you have any experience if you're asking, but what's your budget? And what kind of videos? The thing is, when it comes to camera and equipment, it's about your function, your use function. If you're going to be doing vlogs, if you're going to be doing active stuff or underwater stuff, if you're going to be holding the camera, if you're going to need it to be portable, there's a lot of factors. So give me as much background as like what you're doing it for. Are you going to have it on a tripod? Are you holding it? Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you in a quiet environment, a loud environment? Do you have like editing equipment? Are you trying to do do you have a good computer that can do heavy editing, or like how long are the videos? All this stuff. It all matters. Because you could use your cell phone. I did. I started with my cell phone. I still film a lot of videos with my phone. Most people do now with TikTok and everything. Just the phones are pretty much cameras. You almost don't need a point and shoot anymore. Point and shoots are almost archaic and almost old. Let's see here. So Satara, you get notifications. Good. Let's see here. Kashina, I get all my notifications. Just since you updated the app. So they locked it after you updated the app? I wonder. Well, I'm still sending out Swole text. That's why it's important. Get on Swole text. Get on Swole text, and then you'll get notified, at least for the podcast. I'm not going to send you a text every time I post a video, because I'll be if it was a Swole text every time I posted a video, you would just get a text every 30 minutes probably. It's fucked up. Yeah, just reset it. Well, I just hope it's not something that I need to focus on, but I just, we just checked. Nothing's marked for kids. That was like the big thing. I made sure that nothing was anything near kids. No, my content safe for kids. Fuck no. Let's see. Titan. Yeah, Titan. I have some stuff from Titan. It's cheap equipment. It's very cheap, but you got to be careful. But they have a lot of stuff some stuff you don't need something expensive. Some, like I've gotten a couple. I got a couple things from there that I think one or two. Yeah, I got like one or two pieces of equipment from Titan. Actually, right here behind me, I got the single leg squat, and I also have this glute ham roller that, very cheaply made, but you don't need something super high quality unless you're doing tons of crazy shit. But it depends on what you're looking for. Personally, I wouldn't go for squat racks and stuff from there, but you can definitely, if you're trying to get equipment and you want to save money, you want to get some good stuff and you don't want to break the bank, go on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or Let Go. And a lot of people get rid of shit, because even with the quarantines and stuff, a lot of people have home gyms, and then shit. Let's say they have a home gym. Think about it. They have stuff in the garage. Gyms close down. They're like, fuck, you know what? Fuck this gym. I'm just going to go all in and upgrade my stuff. And then they upgrade tons of shit. And what happens? They need to get rid of the other stuff. It's, selling that for them will offset the cost of the new investment. So you go and you get a steal and they get their new equipment. So that's what happens with a lot of stuff. When gyms go out of business and they sell off their equipment. But if you find someone, because a lot of people went all in, they're realizing, I'm never going back to the gym again. Let me just finally invest in that equipment that I've wanted for years. Now I have a reason, because I don't want to be subjected to not having a gym the next time shit closes down, if it does, which it might. You never know. Best question of the day. Hey, Papa, how's your day going? It's going great. It's going great. Fantastic. And make sure you subscribe to the Papa Swolio channel. Thanks for asking, Bella. Appreciate it. Brianna, The elimination diet has blown my mind and helped me see how little nutrients I was truly getting just by calorie restricting. I have no cravings and just wish I had done it sooner, so thank you. You're welcome. Good for you. Let's see here. Kashina up to $500. So we're going back to the question. The question, let's see here. Up to 500 for vlogging and filming food, tripod, inside, quiet. I have a MacBook. I have an iPhone. Up to $500. So one of the things that's you might want to look at and sometimes I forget. I have to Google, but maybe something like the Canon M50 would be something. One of the things that is, or the M6, I forget what's in that price range. Like the Sony point and shoots, like the RX 100 series, those are going to be much more expensive and they don't have microphone inputs except for the newest ones. You could, a really good camera that you can get for under would be the G7X, the Canon G7X Mark II. I wouldn't get the Mark III, even though it has a headphone output, but I've heard a lot of things that people weren't happy with that one. I'm just trying to think of something in that price range, but it depends. If you want to have so here's the thing. If you don't have a microphone input, you can do separate recording for audio. You can record audio separately and then sync them, or you can just use the onboard mic, but a lot of onboard mics aren't good. So I think something like you could also, because vlogging, you want something smaller. So maybe something like the Canon M50. I think that's the one where it has a flip out screen. I would say if you really want a really good camera, you could get like a Canon 70D. That was a camera from that really blew up with YouTube. That was the big YouTube camera. And you could probably get a whole thing but then you might need some other accessories, but you're not going to vlog with that. That's like Casey Neistat type vlog. You're not going to carry around a DSLR. So for under 500, you can probably check out like the Canons. You can get some good stuff, and Canons are really easy to use. I wouldn't say something like, another one that could be, I don't think you have an onboard mic, like the Sony A5100 is good because it has a flip up screen, but that doesn't have a mic jack input. So, when you have a camera, usually if you really want to get highest quality audio, you want to take it off. You don't want to use the camera's audio. If you really want ideal audio, you don't want to use the onboard audio. You want to use the external shotgun mic, and because the preamp inside the cameras are usually noisy and weak, but that's for leveling up in the future. So if you have an iPhone, for example, if you have an iPhone 2, you can do a lapel mic if you wanted to and record onto your iPhone and then sync the audio after. But something like the M50 or something like that might be good enough for you. That's some Procast. That's some Procast stuff right there. So once you start seeing the new playlists and things like that, you can drop comments on that. Cover some good content over there. Probably do a lot of tech stuff. Well, I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, but you might see just go subscribe to the Procast channel. I mean, I know you are, Kashina, but everyone else, if you like that kind of content, you like that kind of talk, go subscribe to that channel because there's going to be other content in addition to what you've already seen. So we'll cover some new stuff there. Sit and spin was the first piece of equipment you would say is the most important for someone who has no equipment at all. That depends on the goal. I don't like those questions because what's the first piece of equipment? For who? For what? Like a band, like one thing, or a bench? A yoga mat, I would say, because I'm always talking about yoga. Get a good yoga mat. I'll just start with that. How about that? Because every piece of equipment requires something else. So if you have no equipment and you need to make one purchase, if you really have, let's say and this is just, if you have really limited funds and you want to get something that's going to give you the most variety, the most functional movement for strength, for power, for mobility, get yourself a yoga mat and a kettlebell that you can grow into. That's not too heavy. All right. Literally, like if you don't have, because if you have really limited funds, the goal might not be to get massive. You might even be able to get a pull-up bar. But if you have really limited funds and not a lot of space, a yoga mat and a kettlebell, you can get in amazing shape. You're not going to be the biggest bodybuilder in the world. So really depends on the application, the goal. Brennan, Papa Swolio, is there anything I can replace kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings with? I am a klutz and I don't want to know what damage I could do by dropping or losing my grip on that. Get a pad. Dumbbell swings. Nothing replaces those. Nothing replaces them. You know what you could do? You're still going to have a grip, but you can do a really good thing that I do is I have really strong bands. You put them on a low door anchor and you can get an attachment for the bands. I have the attachment with a big C-clamp and stuff to a rope, and you do the band thrusts facing away from the door. But you still have to make sure you hold on to that. But if you have like two hands on the ends of the rope, and then you can kind of like wedge it in between your thighs. But if you let go of it, it might put a dent in your door. But that's a great way. So those are hip thrusts, very similar to the hip hinge, yet completely different. So nothing really replaces it. You still have to hold it, is my point. Unless you have something you could hold on to and you put the band, like one of those big fat bands around your waist, but depends on what kind of setup you have and what kind of options you have. Let's see, Eric, Papa Swole, do you have any interest in the Bowflex Select Tech 2080 barbell, or have you tried it? I've never even heard of it. What's a 2080 barbell? Let me type this in. Bowflex Select Tech 2080 barbell with curl bar. Let me see what this is. Let's see. The fuck is that thing? Oh, so it's like a power. Oh, so it's like the power block. It's like a power block with plates. Well, they had that with the power block. There's one power block option where you can get the power blocks. You can get a bar in which the power blocks go on the sides of. It's one of their models. What do I think of it? I mean, I've never tried it. I have zero interest in that personally. Like for me, if I got something with a bar, I would get a bar with plates. And I mean, I do miss barbell, like having a bar with weights or plates, but I can do that with, like, I could technically have a barbell in here on the side just for, maybe not for I wouldn't do deadlifts. I wouldn't do heavy stuff. You say that now, and then all of a sudden I said that, oh, I'm not going to get too much stuff, and fucking overnight I have like 15 kettlebells and shit. So you get in that, like, it's like you start getting that direction. You're like, oh, I want something else. I want something else. I'm sure it's fine. Weight's weight. That's the thing. Weight is weight. You just need weight. You just need that resistance. You need that resistance to be progressive. Thank you, Booger Bubble. I appreciate it. I'm so curious about the Procast topics. What do you mean, coming up? Oh, we just have conversations. So they cover a lot of different stuff. But you're going to really like the next stuff that's going to be releasing on the Procast, on the Swolenormous Pro channel. You're really going to like it. It'll probably release tonight. If not, we'll be talking about it tomorrow for the accountability me as well. Papa, barbell deadlifts have greatly improved those Spitfire muscles I need for running. Will using a trap bar for deadlifts be even better? Those Spitfire muscles I need for running. Now, what are those? What muscles are you referring to? Never heard of a Spitfire muscle. Will using a trap bar be even better? It depends on what muscles you are feeling that are improving your training, because a trap bar will change what muscles get activated the most. It'll bring back the center of gravity, so you'll have less pressure on your lower back. and you'll be able to start from a more, I guess, a more advantageous position for your lower back. So it's definitely safer. And it's more for, like, you'll start from a position that's more realistic from how you would load for a jump, a vertical jump, because of your center of gravity. But it depends. It depends. What's a Spitfire muscle? Let's see here. Scrolling through, see if I missed any questions, which I'm probably going to. Dun, 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 dun. I can't wait to release that new thing. Let's see. So, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Maria. All right. Coming up on it. Papa Swolio, Inception, Camel Toe. We're talking about Madeline Georgette in the comments. Ho, 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 ho.
I was kidding!
Matt
I was only
Damon.
kidding!
So I need to go to a doctor for my lower back. Reynold, I'm not going to diagnose you via a podcast. I don't know what you did to hurt your lower back. You know what? Here's the thing. A lot of people, when they start training or they do, some people think that, oh my God, I'm sore. Like, what should I do? I'm so sore. I worked out. It's like, you worked out. A lot of people are so shocked and freaked out when they feel sore from their training. It's like, what do you expect? You're training for the first time. In other words, a lot of people don't understand what soreness is because they've never felt it before. And like, oh my God, I feel so banged up. For me, it might just be, all right, it's a Sunday. I feel sore. Shocker. I've been sore for 20 years. So a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So it depends on what actually happened. I'm not going to, yeah, here's this exercise. Do that. You hurt your back the other day? Cool. Do this. It protects my ass. Not to mention, I don't want to hurt you more. I don't know what happened to your lower back, so I don't want to tell you do yoga. If there's no inflammation, no problem, and you're cleared for it. That's the thing. When you feel something or you hurt, like if something happens to me, I know, okay, this is something serious. This is something muscular. This is something, I know how to approach it because I'm feeling it. I don't know what you're feeling exactly. I just don't want to give you the wrong information. There isn't an exercise I would have you do. If anything, when the inflammation subsides, you can start with some maybe sauna, some warm, some heat. You could do something like yoga, maybe, if it doesn't cause you problem. Mike, will the Procast be having other friends on it, or is it a project now for you and KD? It's always possible. It's always possible, but he's one of the. This has been something we wanted to do. We wanted to do Procast sessions for a while, so that's the plan right now. I'm not playing this down the road too much. I mean, I'll always want to. We always our realist sessions are insane. So we want to share that. Plus, it's going to be more inspiration for us to keep that flow, the benefits of the Daily Swole, the benefits of the Procast. So no plans on expanding it. For right now, it's going to be the full sessions will be between him and me, but could always change or adjust. But no plans right now. No plans. Everything changes enough. Everything changes enough in terms of tech and updates. So the way we think and the way we go back and forth, it brings me so much joy and entertainment and fun and stimulation that fills my cup, just sharing it with all of you. So the Procast is for me and for him and for us as much as it is for you, if you like it. So we're doing it for us. And we love it that you join us on the Swolenormous Procast. We like to share. Papa Swolio, glutes and hamstrings, those muscles I need to push off. Well, you can try it. You're going to get more glutes in many ways than, because you got more of a hip hinge. You got a lot more hip extension. I don't know of the actual what the science shows. If they put, EKG or EMG and they see, when I say whatever, if they get the electrostim, they see which muscles are firing more. I would think that it's more on the quads. It's more distributed, less on the hamstrings and the glutes if you're doing a hex bar. But I could be wrong. You're definitely more in flexion, and you have more of a stretch. So you might find more benefit, possibly. But one thing I would say is I don't think you're going to find any lack of benefit. And it also might be more of a long-term benefit because you might be just minimizing and mitigating your risk more by doing the trap bar. So because it's safer, you're less likely to hurt yourself potentially. And then you'll just make more progress because you won't get any setbacks. So doing a regular deadlift, if you do it wrong, it just takes one small little move the wrong way and you're fucked, and it could fuck up your life. So just gotta be careful. Adrian, Papa Swolio, okay, I like to walk, but I hate walking in my area because it's not the best area. What gym workouts can you suggest for a super fat? What gym workouts can you suggest for a super fat? Low impact. No impact. What gym workouts? I couldn't, what am I going to say right now? What gym workouts? The same as anyone else would do. For a super fat, just moving more. You can walk. You can walk on the treadmill, you can go on the bike, swimming. Like there's no reason why you can't do other exercises. There's no reason why you can't lift weights, but it just means you have to do it properly. And I don't know exactly how you move, but you have to be careful of impact. You don't want to be doing jumping. You don't want to be doing a lot of dynamic movement because you have a lot of extra body weight. And if you have an injury, it just makes you more immobile. And your joints are not, even though your bone density, like you have a lot of extra weight. So you got to be careful with your posture and your joint integrity. So just avoid impact exercises. Don't be doing fucking jumping jacks and shit like that. Maria, follow to my question for the glutes and hamstrings, but I suppose weighted lunges are also great for single leg strength. Bulgarian split squats are fantastic. That's why I have over here. That's what that contraption is with the roller right over here. You can adjust the height, put your leg back on it. So you don't have to put on a bench flat. The pad rolls and really hooks around the ankle nice. What even is a super fat? Oh, she was joking. She put, quote, super fat with a laughing emoji. Super fat is that, remember the super fat, infinifat, and then like universal fat or small fat? Remember that whole breakdown, fat acceptance type stuff? Who started that? Was that Virgie Tovar? Was that her that started doing it? I'm back. Disregard the notifications bullshit. I just deleted my YouTube and started fresh. So now not only are you the only notifications, but you're the only subscriptions I have. Nice. All right. So good questions. I'm glad you got that figured out. So that being said, you got a couple things to do. We got a couple more questions coming in, so I'll grab it. We got the Swole card giveaway, but also tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, fam, we're going to talk some shop. We got a couple channels to subscribe to, the Papa Swolio and the Swolenormous Procast. Brand new content that you don't even know is coming. Make sure you go and check those out. Do not leave the YouTubes without checking that out. And if you got more like those tech questions and stuff, that's Procast all day. Go over there and drop the comments. Make sure you're dropping comments, especially on the new vids are dropping. You're going to like it. What's up, Greg? I've been looking for zero shoes or something like just for everyday life. Recommendations. So are you looking for zero shoes are good. A lot of people like them. Vivo Barefoot, zero is much more affordable than Vivo Barefoot. They have a lot of options. Yeah, those two. There are a lot of them, but those are two that come to mind. Bum, 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 bum. Any stores that sell so I can try on? Now, we can probably go on their websites for Vivo Barefoot and see if anyone, but with Zero, you just order it. You order the size, you can return it. They make it easy to return. So, now you just order it. And if you don't like it, you return it back. I love Vibrams. I mean, I love my Vibrams, but I've had different kinds, but certain ones, like the hiking ones in the past, you use them a bunch, and I use them for hiking and stuff like that and trail running and shit. But sometimes the things chip off on the bottom, and it's like shoes they wear. I've had a bunch of them that I've used where the toes have worn away, but now I do all my stuff completely barefoot because I train at home. But I use my Vibram Classics, and those are also the least expensive, but they look like ballerina shoes. I just don't give a shit. They're the best ones. They feel the best. So I like them. A lot of shoes have Vibrams, but if you don't want that 5-finger look, that's Vibram's thing. So the ones that I have are Vibram, Zero, and Vivo Barefoot. Those are the companies that I've personally purchased from. Yeah, I have a pair of Vivo. The pair that I have for Vivo. I only have one pair. The pair that I have, actually, I have a couple, but I have like these rubber aquatic ones I've been wearing for years. But the Vivos are expensive, but literally you feel everything. Those are the most like, they're sick. But I literally don't, I don't wear any shoes now. Ever. Well, if I have to. Just subscribe to the Procast. Yeah, good. You did your homework. Good for you. Okay, cool. Well, we got some Swole card. Let's give this beach away, shall we? Swole card party. Swole card party. Get that Sunday Swole on, fam. Good questions today. It was excellent. It was fantastic. Nope, missed it. Not a single. I gotta ask Papa Swolio. The Sunday Swole. Where are we at? How many of you used that hashtag? Maybe you didn't. Did anyone use that hashtag? Did anyone use that shit? You guys don't want this? These things? No? I'm gonna pick the next person that says it in a second. One more time. Too many hashtags today, right? You got Ask Papa Swolio, you got APS, everyone's just back and forth. Three, another APS, one more time, Sunday Swole. No music. It's gonna play. There we go. I lost my things for a second. One more time at the last second. All right. Not enough of you used Sunday Swole. So any hashtag used, I will pick it. This is bad luck. Just landing between. Next hashtag I see gets it. Next one. Nope. Now I'm not landing on any hashtags. Jesus Christ. I got fucking time for this bullshit. Next person that drops a hashtag gets this one. Alan Miller.